I'm gonna start
All right,
it.
so I sound okay.
Yeah, I
It's
think
been
we're
so
good.
long.
Hi.
It has been a while.
What's
Kenny.
up?
Kenny Bridges.
Let's do right off the bat, dude. Do the intro. Reed.
Okay. So we're happy to have Kenny as our next guest. He is the lead singer and songwriter of Moneen, and also former member of Say Anything, who I played with for a few years, and also a member of Dashboard Confessional.
Hi,
Damn.
guys.
Well,
Is that all of them?
having me.
Yeah, dude. Damn, son.
Is there anything else? That's a lot.
No, you can stop there.
No, I think we should keep going.
you can start making up stuff.
Yeah.
No. There's
Oh wait,
more,
your
but I don't need to make
your
it up.
solo project, Bridges, of course.
Oh yeah. I think
Oh,
there's a lawsuit there though, so I don't think that's happening anymore.
You're like, can we not talk about it? You're like, actually, go ahead and delete
No,
that.
it's all right. There's actually been quite a few lawsuits I've had to deal with, but
Oh no!
Real?
I don't
Really?
know.
Hop
If you
into
want
that.
Let's get into
Yeah,
it.
I don't know
Let's
if
get
you
into
want
it.
to do this.
Let's go ahead and double click that.
Reed, have you ever heard of the punk band that we had for a while?
CUNTER.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
you got it. Yeah.
No, I still have that shirt. I still have the shirt you gave me.
Did I give you a shirt?
Yeah, it's like I can't wear it because it's
Because there's blood on it?
well, it's got blood on it. It says Cunter.
Yeah,
but
it does say Hunter.
How could I have forgotten about
Oh
that
my
one?
god! That is-
Well,
that
originally
was-
the band was Hunter. It was a lot more PG. There's a
Okay.
punk band that a bunch of pals, me, a couple dudes, drummer from Lex on Fire,
Oh,
damn.
a couple dudes from this band, Abandoned Hearts Club. Anyways, a bunch of pals. It was a cool band, and it was like real, just like fast kind of thrash punk, like real short songs. Except our singer Eric, who's the bass player of Moneen, it was great. He would sing these like really angry, I'm gonna kill you punk songs, but they're about like going camping or like not wanting to get up in the morning and like
I
just
love
like
that.
regular things that everyone thinks about. So I thought it was genius. Anyways, we're called Hunter. Turns out there's some guy living in our area that had a cover band called Hunter. His last name was Hunter. And he somehow had this copyrighted to the
Whoa,
point where
what?
he beat. Yeah. No. It was like legit. This guy was like ready to take on anyone.
He's like, I'm coming after you.
And he found out about Hunter the band, and he nicely was like, I got that trademarked. You can't do anything. And I'm like, what
wait.
the hell's this guy going to do? It turns out
Where's
he
he
actually
from?
had taken somewhere here in Ontario.
Yeah, I was gonna
but-
say he's like as mean as you can be and
Yeah.
up there.
yeah, definitely. But the thing is, I was like, I could take on this guy. It turns out he had actually brought Hunter boots to court and won against them
what?
in Canada. Yeah. They had to pay him money to use the name in Canada. So I was like, we got no chance here. What are we going to do? We have no money to go up
Oh
against
my
this guy.
god!
So
that's
we
crazy.
changed it to Cunter.
What was
And
that
then we,
conversation though? What was the conversation changing it to that? I gotta. It's like, dude.
Oh,
out
when
of
I told
all
the
things,
guys? Guys, I got it. Don't worry. All we got to do is change one letter. And unfortunately, there was the one letter that changed it to. My mom saw the records one day and she was like, what is that? I'm like, don't worry, Mom. It's just a fun new band. Don't worry. It's cool. And anyway, so we had a record coming out and we changed it to Cunter, and the record was called Some F and A-hole Tried to Sue Us and Made Us Change Our Name. And he was not
that
happy
for real?
about that. That is for real. Yeah, that's what the record's called.
Dude, I love this. I did not know this is what we're gonna get into
it
right
sounds
away.
crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, y'all go hard up there, dude.
You know, you think we're like Canadians, but I won't describe what it is, but I'll let anyone who wants to go and search out what that album cover looks like. It's wrong, dude.
Is it what's the shirt? Is it the same? Like what the shirt I
What
have?
was what was on your shirt?
I can go get it.
Why
real
aren't
quick.
you wearing it? Yeah, go
I
get it.
should. I'll go. I'm gonna go get it real quick. I'll be right back.
This is
right,
this
man.
is all right. Go get. Do you actually know where it is? Oh, Ben's going to get it. Hell yeah!
This is something that I've given him that he has ready to go get at
It's
any time.
amazing.
Apparently.
And he didn't even really remember it at first. He's like,
You know
"Oh, yeah,
what
did you-"
happens to shirts people give me? I don't have them. I can't go get them.
There's
They're
the
freaking
local
in the trash,
Army
dude.
Navy, the local thrift store.
They're
Wait,
whipped
so-
out the van window.
While he's looking, is this available to stream?
Yeah,
You know?
I think it is. Yeah.
Okay, let me
I
look
mean,
it up.
did you not? I mean, I guess you can do whatever you want. Did you not run into any issues where people are like, "Yo, man, we're not gonna put this anywhere. I mean, I guess I guess there's enough metal stuff and like song titles that are absolutely like brutal.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's songs where it's literally like, isn't there some pretty big like metal band called like,
gosh.
it's called like Infant.
No, dude. Oh no.
Oh my God.
Reed just found the album cover and is showing.
For those listening,
No.
you can't see this, but maybe just look it up on
Nate's
Spotify
done, dude.
or
He's
Apple
like,
Music.
Hey man, I'm busy.
Like, all
actually,
right,
I can't do this podcast.
I got
anymore.
kids. I can't do this.
Like, I can't wear this. I can't wear this. I can't wear this shirt.
That shirt
It's so
rules.
sick.
I want that shirt, dude. I
That
didn't
is
even know
a
we made a shirt that looked
pretty
that
sick
cool.
shirt.
That shirt is awesome.
I know, but like I can't go into like a grocery store wearing
I
that.
mean, you're right. I mean, you
No,
can.
that is
if you're-
true.
I guess I could, yeah.
Well,
You know what
do
I'm going-
anything
I'm-
if you're not a pussy.
I think I'm gonna do it today. I'll take a video of it. I'll be like,
Yeah, you'll be in
film yourself.
handcuffs.
God, dude, if it's free speech, you can do whatever you want.
that is
Any-
true.
well,
Anyways,
Man.
there's that little chapter.
Wow.
I love that. That's
that was
great.
a hell of a start. One question. Unless, Nate, go for it, man.
I got a question. Ben, did y'all ever overlap in Dashboard or no?
no,
No,
but
I wish.
we toured together, like, which was one of my favorite tours ever. When he
Yeah,
was
that was
working
great.
with
City and Color.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. I remember
And I
you
was-
said that.
Yeah,
I was playing. I was
Y'all
playing
never
in
played
Twin
together.
Forks. No.
No,
Okay.
no.
Unfortunately,
No, he was
no.
in Twin Forks at the time when we did that
Yeah.
tour. Europe.
Yeah.
That
Got
was
it.
great.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was fun.
Yeah, no, I wish I could play with
Yeah,
Ben.
me too.
Dang,
That would have been rad.
that would
No,
have been
you
cool.
know,
You never
no
know.
offense
You
to
never
anyone else
know.
that's playing in the band now, but yeah, you never
Yeah.
know. It's true.
It is true.
I think our musical paths are destined to meet at some point,
Of
Ben.
Yes.
course, probably
Yeah.
through Hunter. You guys can
Yeah. Hey,
start up.
Let's
again.
start her up.
I'll fill in for.
I will say,
You can't
I
even
did
say
not.
it.
I did not
Ben's lead
expect.
songwriter of Hunter now. You're in charge.
I
You're the only one with a shirt.
I did not expect this episode to be this way, this fast. I was like, it's just funny. This is going to be one of those ones where whoever's editing it is going to have to decide how much to leave it.
I think you leave it all in.
Knowing
Oh
Kenny,
my
I did
God.
expect it to go this way.
I love
It's
it.
probably
so-
not too much of
wait,
a
so-
surprise for Reed.
Let's wait. So, generic question. When did you start playing music? Like, when
What?
did you? Like,
That is-
seriously, I
actually don't know.
Oh, I like it. Let's go to the origin story.
Yeah,
Let's
I want
do
the
it.
beginning.
Well, okay. So I was born, and no, just kidding. So I just like all of us, I had the whatever band in high school, and then that's where you forge your path and make your pals, and then keep some of those pals, and that's exactly what I did. So fast forward. Well, the first band actually was worth mentioning. It's called Perfectly Normal, which
Okay.
everyone needs that first band with that weird, stupid token band name.
Yep.
So
100%.
Anyways, too bad though.
That's pretty good.
no, for first kind of punk bands, I didn't think.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
not bad. Yeah.
And then we decided to go with a French girl's name, Moneen, which no one can really pronounce. So we just say Moneen. But anyways, so it wasn't too like there was that stupid band, and then we kind of jumped into Moneen and
All
just
same
Got it.
members. Or
no,
did
but
you
a
change
lot
it
of
up a
same
little?
members at the time. Early on, it was a lot of same members as the first band.
Wait, is it Moneen then? Have I been saying
It's
it for-
actually it's supposed to be pronounced Moneen, like Moneen.
you just-
but
yeah,
who
that's
can
insane.
understand
I
that?
didn't
when you
know
say it?
that.
Especially like we go to the States and go to Texas, and
Everyone's like,
that's when they're
Moneen.
just like Moneen, and we're like, that's way better actually. Like everyone can understand every
So
every
was
syllable.
there a stint where you were like correcting people, like kind of like the Bon Iver and Bon Iver thing? You're like,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a good
but then-
comparison.
But did you bail pretty quickly?
so
What you're like,
fast.
this ain't-
Like two times we're like, we're Moneen, 100%.
you just leaned in.
Yeah,
Like corrected
100%.
someone. Yeah, we're not going to say that. We're just going to say Moneen. You're like, all right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
It's like Mo is way better than Muh. Who wants to be like a Muh?
Moneen?
I'm in Moneen. But anyways, that's a good story actually. So the band name itself was, we couldn't think of a band name. We came up with every,
They're so,
so
hard.
basically the early core members of Moneen were me and Hippie. And then, we've had different drummers throughout the time. We've had different bass players, but, for the most part at the start it was me and Hippie. So me and Hippie have these songs. We have some guys we're playing with, and we're trying to think of a name. Couldn't. so many bad names. But I did have this joke going for a long time with at the time, my ex's roommate in college. Her name is Moneen. And I was told I was going to start a band named after her, destroy her identity, completely ruin her life. And it was just a joke until like me and Hippie were like, frick, man, we really need a band name. And I'm like, Moneen.
Oh,
he's like,
so is that her
like,
name?
what the hell's that? I'm like, it's a girl's name. Let's steal her name. We can destroy her life. Let's do it. So we didn't tell her, and we actually ended up doing our first EP.
Is this another lawsuit story?
Dude, I'm getting my mind blown. With
We'll get there.
The nicest dude from Canada is in a band called Cunter, and then he's also, his next band name is to destroy some poor woman's life.
Yeah, well, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I regret this podcast.
He's like, I gotta go.
You're like, wait, can we cut?
I've said too much.
You're like, hold on. We're 10 minutes in. I'm going to bail.
I gotta go.
Yeah, sorry,
this
guys.
is fantastic.
Too much information.
I love this.
Anyways, so we record the EP, start making some merch, and I still have never told her. And then we get the CDs back, and here it is. It's a beautiful first CD. So I put a little package together for her. And it was a T-shirt and a CD and a little poster, and I sent it to her. And I just get this phone call. She's like, "What have you done?" I'm like, "Oh, did you get the package?" She's like, "What have you done?" I'm like, "Oh,
God.
what's happening, girl? Let's go on this journey together." Turns out she was very flattered by it.
Okay.
Her brother came home from school one day and said, "Hey, do you know there's some like punk band with your name?" And like, she's like, yes. And he's like, they're pretty good. So she was like, really? Okay.
She's like,
Cool.
she's like into it. That's like, and then she's going to go around telling everyone.
We played 930 Club on a tour, and she actually moved to Washington. And so she got to come out and see us play.
She had to leave Canada because you ruined her life.
Stage. Yeah. She sees these
Change
kids
her
wearing merch with
identity.
her name on. No, she was in. I will say though,
that's cool.
to go back to what you're saying about more lawsuits. She could have, because she turned it, like she went and studied and became a lawyer. So
Dude, it would have been amazing if she did that.
Long con, man. She gets us like 20 years after.
I was
like,
about to say, yeah, you're not out of the woods, dude.
No,
after this comes
She
out,
might just be making sure she's like really good.
Yeah, dude.
she's got a rock solid case.
This gotta be a slam dunk, dude.
A few good men, dude. You can't handle the truth.
She's building this case. It's gonna be the biggest case anyone's ever seen, dude. You're shelling out millions for the rest of your life.
Oh,
No, she
God, this
God,
rules.
it's so good. Wait,
Anna,
time out for 1 second. I don't know if I got to say it at the beginning, but thank you guys for having me. I'm a big fan.
Of course, dude.
We're
Thanks
big
for being-
fan.
Yeah.
And I really love you guys. And Nate, I know we don't know each other well, but we got to meet a couple summers ago.
we did, and I think I remember that it was really funny because this doesn't happen to me often because I'm super like I feel like my memory of touring and like bands we've toured with. I swore that we toured together, and I came up to you, I was like, dude, we toured together, and you're like, no, we didn't. And I was like, are you sure? And you're like, I'm positive. And I was like, all right, see you later. Like,
I was probably polite about it though, right?
Dude, you were very polite about it. And not at all. But I think it was just funny because I was so convinced that like, because back then we were touring so much that I felt like you would do those tours where like, there was like 5 bands on the tour, and whether it was 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but I just had this distinct memory. And then but you were 100% right. We had not toured together.
No,
but I was so confident going into it. I was like, dude, yeah, we toured together. And you're like, And I was like, all
I'm
right.
actually surprised you didn't, just based
I know.
on,
Well, that's, maybe that's why I landed on that. It was shocking.
No. We were a lucky band, and we really did open for a lot of great bands, but I would have remembered if we opened for you guys. We would have been very honored to open for you guys.
Dang, it's not too late. Are y'all?
Yeah.
So
That's also true. Yeah. Are you guys still playing shows?
Yeah,
Did you just
know
play
what?
shows?
We kind of like did what everyone did, kind of go away for a little bit, and then realize like, oh, you don't have to fully go away. I wanted to
Gone, disappeared.
Quit this band so hard and just drive it into the ground. And like, I was like, I love finality. I'm just like, oh man, when I'm done, this is going to be done, dude.
I love finality.
But the guys weren't in. Like, they're like, nah, dude, like, we can't stop the band. I'm like, why not? And like, my heart's not in it. Like, I don't think that's fair for people that like the band if the lead singer doesn't like what he's doing, right? Like, it was just that time in my life. I was like, nah, man, I'm not in anymore.
Yeah.
And I really was like, see, but that's the good thing. If I had to listen to those guys, man, we would have missed so many opportunities, and I would have missed so much joy that we've gotten to do since.
Yeah.
But I was like, maybe we go indefinite hiatus because we had a real good run. Like from like 99. Well, we really got going in 2000 to like 2010. We like did a lot of great things, like super proud of all that stuff.
That's awesome.
I had a kid and it's just like my heart wasn't into it anymore. So I was like, indefinite hiatus. And they're like, nope. And I'm like, we're just going to sort of fade away and into nothing. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, that's what I wanted to avoid. That's why I want to stop it on our terms.
Yeah.
But they just weren't really into it. And so anyways, we went our separate ways and there was never any bad blood or anything. But then we started getting those people coming around like, hey, you guys want to do this? You guys still playing? You want to do this? Like, or an anniversary comes up. And then we formed this new path where we're like, oh, we actually just get to pick what we want to do. And I know things are much different for us in Canada than they were in the States, but like we got to a point, at least in Canada, where we could do some real cool stuff.
Yeah.
Is this like a...
No, you can say shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
Cool shit.
That's we did like 46 times.
Yeah, we said cunt, bitch.
It's a little, look, that ship has sailed.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Anyways, but now if it's fun and there's no stress, dude, I am in.
That's
I'm
it.
So in.
So you're saying you're thankful that the other guys were like...
So thankful.
That's cool.
I would have shut it down, dude. I would have shut it down. I never would have gone back because I'm stubborn like that.
When did you actually realize you could start playing shows again, though, Kenny? You said till 2010, but when did you actually like start picking it back up?
So I tried to stop touring and then realized that if you start teching, you tour more than you do in a band. So I didn't stop touring for that long, but Moneen didn't do stuff for a few years. And then like an anniversary or something came along and then a sort of opportunity. Oh, no, you know what it was? It was our pals in Alexis on Fire, who were kind of like one of our brother bands.
That's so cool.
They were doing their final tour and we did a lot of touring with them. So they asked if we would come back and do that tour with them. So we did that. So that was their final tour. That's and cool. It was just kind of like a, I don't know, reunion tour for us a little bit, I guess. And then that just like lit that spark and we realized like, oh, we can do this. Whatever. Yeah, we can do this on our turn. There's no stress. There's no record to release. There's no press to do. And then it became the most fun ever. Because you take away all that other stuff. Like,
look at that, man.
So true.
And then that's been, now we're in like, oh my God, that's been like 15 years from there. And now we're at the point where like we're writing new songs again and we're
I was just
starting a band.
You are?
Yeah, Yeah. We got a first batch of new songs we're working on and
exclusive.
Dude. You heard it here first.
That's how we need to lead this whole thing.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get five more listeners.
Clickbait?
5 more listeners. We'll get.
Is that clickbait?
I don't know. That sounds wrong, actually. That sounds horrible. Like that term.
Bad.
That does.
Like
real bad, dude. Like we're trying to like
full album, or are you gonna do an EP? Do you think, or too soon to tell?
You know what? Too soon to tell.
Double album.
Double EP. It's gonna be a
double EP. Is sick, dude.
That's what we did.
It's just a full album.
Did you do a double EP? I just said that as a joke, but as soon as I said that, I was like, that's a great idea.
We did 2 Ps.
You just re-recorded
you did 2 Ps? You left out the E?
What does it even stand for?
I used to know.
Well, you know what's funny? I think it's backwards from what we think it is because I think it's extended play.
Extended
originally
play.
What EP is.
And
Extended
LP is long play.
That doesn't make sense.
I
But
just
isn't
looked
that
it up
backwards?
and confirmed. Yes, extended play.
Wow, I knew something.
Why though?
That might be the first time ever for real, dude.
So yeah,
if
we
I'm
got rid
sure
of
of
the
something, I'm usually wrong. But
we put out a play. We put out a play.
You just put out a play. A couple plays.
You did like an actual play. How'd it go?
Oh my God. Anyway, we put out an EP and then later we put out another EP and then we just put them together as like an album.
Oh,
that's cool though.
I do. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, dude, what? It doesn't matter anymore. Nothing matters.
Well, that's what, like, as Kenny was saying that, I kind of love that in a way. I feel that energy so much right now in the sense of like when you kind of hit this spot where you're like, oh, we could do whatever we want. Like that's such a freeing feeling because I feel like in the early 2000s and during that time, there was so many things you just had to do. It was you got to do this if you want to do this and you got to do this.
Just
and like
say yes to everything.
Yeah. And it's like, and then you drive yourself into the ground and then you want to, in Amberlin, I mean, same thing. We broke up in 2014 and I was convinced I would never, ever step on stage again with Amberlin. I was like, that is the end because I was with you. I was like, this is final. And I was so intense about it because I was like, we will not be that band that comes back. I was like a prideful thing. You know what I mean? I was like, and I was like,
I know.
Yeah, I think I remember you saying over my dead body.
Dude,
will I
come on now, Reed.
I mean, it's true though.
I might have said that, and I'm okay to admit that, because I do feel like I felt that deeply. I felt that was like, and then as things go and you get older and you life experiences and you realize that life is short, and it's like you just hit that spot. You're like, oh, we could just kind of do whatever we want, and if people care, cool, and if they don't, then we won't do it anymore. And like, not that we're just going through life just whatever, but I do think that that's such a peaceful, freeing feeling to be like, this is fun. Let's do this if we want to. Let's not do this if we don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, it just is a cool feeling to be in a band at this point.
Kind of clicks back into like sort of why we all started in the first place.
100%.
You want to get together with pals and do something that makes you feel real good, and it just felt so freeing. So I don't know. I'll say like our journey has been a weird one. It hasn't been the most successful one, but like it's like
it doesn't matter though.
For our
have
souls.
you had fun? Have you had fun?
Of course.
No, I haven't.
You haven't.
I hate
fun. Never mind. I guess. All right. Well,
I hate smiling.
I hate fun.
I was gonna say, never say never. This is a good lesson in life. Never say never. You never know what's gonna happen.
Oh, so this is one of those self-help podcasts?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're pulling you out of your darkness.
Let's
man.
go deep. I got some stuff to talk about, guys.
Dude, I will say that the last few that we've done have gotten very. They've like got deeper than which I think it shows that where we're all at in life. I mean, that one that we did with Ben's sister, I straight up was like crying on the podcast, dude. I was like, we were just getting deep, and like it's the stuff that to me is like, again, because we've missed how many weeks have we missed now? 2?
More than that, 4.
4 weeks?
Or wait, 3.
No, it's only been 2
Today
weeks.
will be
It's been 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
Oh, yeah, it'll be 3 weeks.
Man. Well, we just
pissed.
like. I mean, yeah, people. I can get DMs that are like, dude, for real.
Our listeners,
no one has commented or asked about more episodes, by the way. So I don't think people noticed.
Our fan.
One person has.
I think the only person that asked is my mom. She's like, "Is there a podcast this week?" I'm like, "No, Mom, there's not."
That kind of goes hand in hand with what we're talking about, though. In a way, like we're doing this because it's good and healthy for us, and we love doing this. But like. And I like that other people care. I don't think we have like an insane following, but I think that the weeks that we couldn't do it was because of life stuff. Like my daughter had spring break and I was like, guys, I can't do it. And that felt weird. It's like, we got to commit, but it's like, this is supposed to be
want fun.
And we want this to feel healing. So it's like, that speaks into it, and I know there's some things that like, you can't be that with work. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that you got to do.
You know what?
Yeah.
But I think that
I'm going to come in today.
Kenny, so who hurt you? No.
Oh man, hold on. I got a book for it.
Scroll. Hold on, let me pull my scroll out.
I do want to ask something about changing your lifestyle in certain ways. So Kenny, we've talked a lot about on this podcast about drinking NA alcohol or NA beers and whatnot. You went the opposite direction where you were straight edge for a long time, and then I think partially because of our band Say Anything, we influenced you to start drinking. So you took on drinking. Has your life been better or worse for it?
Well, okay, great.
This rules. This is not where I thought that was going to read.
There's a lot of layers to pull back here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's be fair. I was never necessarily straight edge. It's not like I had like XXX ink all over you, or
that's
like
true. That is true.
Lip tattoo or anything. But I have listened to Earth Crisis once, so if that makes me straight edge,
you were sober.
You
were sober at least for
Storm, baby.
Yes.
Let's go. But yes, you guys didn't. It wasn't because of you guys that I started drinking. I made that decision on my own because I figured I really felt like I was waking up feeling exactly the same every day.
Wow.
And I was kind of like, man, I see my friends over here. They are like puking over in this alley and really hating their lives. After they have a party night,
fun.
I got to try that. Maybe that'll change things up a little bit. But so you guys didn't start me on that journey, but you definitely facilitated. And you're like, no, you need to drink lots of this tequila and take this brown stuff. It's called bourbon. It's a fun name to say. It's 2 B's. You'll like it. And just try lots of this. And man, did I ever embrace that. That's for sure. And I can't say I've looked back since, to be honest.
And your drink of choice, at least in the early days, was Fireball. So you went.
Oh, dude.
I'll still rock a Fireball.
So
I got no shame in that.
so how-
Pour it all over my body, man. Come on.
How long did you go? So like all through your touring career and all that, like you just weren't drinking. You just never really got into it.
Had no interest.
And then
No
until
interest at all.
you played with us in 2014, starting out.
I turned 36 and decided it was
To just let it go.
Whoa.
Well, I'll never forget because we were on the bus. We were in the middle of a tour, and you just started drinking, and we all freaked out. We didn't know what to say. You didn't tell us.
I do. You're right. No. Because I kind of didn't know. Like, I didn't know what it was going to be like and if I was going to like it. And I'm like, I know myself. I'm a creature of habit. So I knew it was like, let's be careful here. Like, I'm not going to just, I don't have any, like my mom never drank. My dad can't drink. He's allergic.
Yeah.
So in fact, I was like, I don't even know really what's going to happen. But, I was just like looking to just like
change it up.
So anyways, I don't know if I think I had like a drink here and there, but like I never even really got much of a buzz or anything. Yeah. It wasn't until we were playing with Say Anything, we were playing Stubbs maybe, or maybe it was Mohawk or one of those spots, one of those kind of like half outdoory kind of places.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Mohawk. And anyways, I was like just doing a dummy check in the venue, making sure we had everything. And it just so happened that all the bar staff were lining up at the bar to do like, their end of the night shot. So I just kind of happened to like mosey on by, and the sound guy was like,
"You want a shot?
Hey, man, come jump in. You want to have a drink with us?" I was like, "Sure." I wasn't even like, didn't know what I was getting to, but like, then all of a sudden this little shot comes down, and I'm just like, "Oh, okay, I'm doing a shot," which I thought was going to be pretty fun, right? Until I realized what a shot was, which was just shoving a bunch of horrible tasting stuff down your throat really fast. And I was not ready for that, dude. I like took it, and I swear to God, immediately I was like, "Whoa, I'm drunk. I'm drunk." I'm a 36-year-old grown man that just took one shot and I'm drunk. And but seriously I was kind of just like talking a lot.
I mean, shots, they could do it.
It got me.
It'll do it.
I mean, one shot.
One I had done. So
I was about to say that for sure could do it. Well,
so when I went on the bus there, it was like a whiskey or bourbon for sure. Yeah. So then when I went on the bus, like,
that was it
surprised to me too. The guys were like, "Yo, Kenny, what's up with you?" And I'm like, I think I might be buzzed up a little bit. They're like, "What? What are you talking about?" Then all of a sudden, all these bottles come out from like every direction. They're like, drink this. Because that's the thing when you don't drink for your whole life, and the next thing all your pals find out you drink, it's dangerous.
It's exciting.
Everyone wants to get you blasted.
Yeah.
Sorry,
but
we weren't the most healthy influence, I guess.
No, it was all in good fun. None of us took advantage of that and took it in a bad direction. So it was, you know what?
So.
If I could start drinking with a bunch of friendly guys, then I would be with you and you, Reed, and Say Anything, and all those boys. You guys took care of me. There were some nights, believe me. There were some
crazy nights, but not totally out of control.
No. It was all in good fun. Anyways, now I've just made myself sound like a drunk. That's good.
No.
Sorry, that wasn't my goal. I mean,
that was Reed's introduction to that was fantastic, though.
Yeah.
He's like, a lot of people are going the other way. And
Yeah, but you're going the complete opposite.
You did go the opposite direction. But I mean, I always
dare to be different.
So, like, I mean, you remember this, Kenny, but I always think back on this moment where, at the end of a few tours, I would always take a couple days to like wherever we ended up, go sightseeing or like decompress before I actually flew home. And one tour ended in Las Vegas with Modern Baseball, and I planned to go to the Grand Canyon, drive out there, take a couple days, and just kind of, unwind. And Kenny wanted to join, which I was thrilled about.
I remember this.
And we went out there and brought everything we needed, alcohol included. So Kenny had his Fireball. I had my Bullet bourbon in our flasks. And we had this nice moment after we hiked during the day. We're watching the sunset over the Grand Canyon. It was just perfect sky. It was beautiful.
It really was. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Well,
I tried.
He was close.
I tried.
And there was
I did. He's so beautiful.
And
it's true though. Captain America.
All right.
Captain America.
All right, whatever. Yeah. But we had, there's silence. We're just silent, and then Kenny looks over at me and he goes, "Reed, you know what? I've realized something, and I think it's going to be something heartfelt or meaningful." And I go, "What, Kenny?" And he goes, "I don't like Fireball warm."
True, I'd be carrying on Fireball in a flask all day on our hike, So when it came to time for our sunset to take a drink, I was like, damn, warm fireball sucks. He's having like this, like some completely life-changing moment, looking over the south rim there. Sunset's so beautiful, thinking about Reed's life, and I'm fucking griping about warm fireball. Like,
I love how you also were like, I don't think I like this. You were like, this is gross. Like, it's still up for debate, but I'm not really feeling the warm fireball.
Reed, that was a really great post-tour adventure.
I'll never forget
it. It really was. Yeah,
that's cool.
Was great. It was great. You know what's funny? So we started hiking down into the canyon, right? Because that's what you got to do. And it's quite an intense little hike. Like,
it is.
They say don't go down to the bottom in a day if you're not planning to stay there, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Because it can get gnarly, right?
Yeah,
temperatures drop.
Yeah.
So we're hiking down, and Reed, I don't know if you remember, but like we started getting a little like
nervous,
concerned because obviously, you know, Reed, perfect man as you are, you've beaten your body up with
my knee. My knee was killing me. I remember this,
and it was getting gnarly. So we started thinking like, damn, maybe we shouldn't go much further down because going up is probably going to be even worse, right?
Yeah.
So we decided we you know got all our sights in and went as far as we want to. Then we turned back. But then the funny thing is, we realized it was, I guess, you're just using your muscles to like fight gravity going down these hills all the time. Going up was actually a breeze to us.
I was hoping you were going to carry him. You had to carry him out.
Oh my! I would carry you, Reed. I would carry you like a baby bird. I really would. I would.
Nice.
That's fascinating though about that. Yeah, I think you're right. Like I think you're also maybe even more scared of falling, and you know, if you one wrong step,
maybe you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
But your body
don't put that on me.
I don't know what muscle or part of my knee it is, but it's my kick pedal leg, and I think I've just kind of messed it up from gymnastics and drumming and whatever else. And so going down put so much pressure on that knee, it was killing me. And then going up was much
feel that when you play
easier.
drums?
No, I don't.
That was a good one.
I don't know,
but I had to.
Why would you edit that out?
Going down put so much pressure on my knee.
Wow.
Boom.
You didn't have to repeat it.
That's what she said?
Can this be the no edit episode? Just we have to just commit no matter what. Oh
no, we could. Yeah, we could. Depends on the next.
No, don't do that. Actually,
we're live.
Oh
yeah, we are. Yeah.
Nice.
Can we talk? Say anything more? Is that okay?
Do it.
Yes, please. Those are great times in our life that we got to share together.
What was your least favorite Say Anything song to play?
Let's go.
Why are you going dark?
I don't want to.
I'm actually wait. No.
I don't mean
Reed,
like
you have to answer that question too, though.
I don't mean like you don't like the song necessarily. It just
not
Say Anything songs can be more complex, and certain songs were a little more difficult than others.
Yeah,
and I know you and I shared some of the same opinions about once you got through a certain song, you could breathe a sigh of relief.
There was a couple songs, especially when we're doing like kind of record plays, like full records. There's like certain moments, and one we were talking about it recently is that song Orgy was one for sure.
Yeah,
that one was a
Orgy of Critics.
Orgy of Critics. You had to be on your game. It's like quite a crazy song, and there's like a lot to think about. And I always remember that was one for me for sure. Because there's so many like like there's just all these like crazy things happening. But once you got past it, you're like, oh, now we're cruising. Now we're cruising.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Hey, you know what's funny? So I didn't know Reed before I say anything at all. But so when Max, at that point, Max decided to put a whole new band together. And, Reed was part of that family. Just like you'd played with them, you opened up for them. And that's how I met Max too. Moneen opened up for Say Anything. But it was really weird. Like I just got a call from Max one day, which me and Max didn't call each other on the phone ever. And he was like just like, hey, Kenny, how you doing? I'm like, oh man, good to hear from you. And immediately there was no small talk. He's like, hey, I need another guitar player. Would you like to join Say Anything? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? Like, hold on, give me a second. And so I just processed it. And I was like, fuck yeah, of course, that'd be fucking rad. Because I found out that the other guitar players were Fred Mascherino, which is a really, really good friend of mine. And then another really good friend of mine, Greg Dunn, who played in Moving Mountains. And I was just like, those three, like us three guitar players together would be rad.
So y'all
And
3
didn't
guitar
know-
players?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah, Greg, at that point, Greg was filling in for Parker at that point.
Okay.
It was one of the OG guys. And
Yep.
so that you're playing guitar and you're doing keys as well, too.
Got
But a lot of times there was 3 guitars playing, but we came up with a stupid name for our little trio, but we called ourselves the Trio of Truth only because we would stay up super late during rehearsals every night, just the 3 of us, and we basically just talked about our feelings.
That's so sick.
We should have been practicing guitar, but we were just talking about things that make us cry.
I love that's kind of like this podcast, dude.
Yeah.
We're the
And it
Trio of
was
Truth.
we really formed a bond that we still have.
That's
to this
cool.
day. But anyways, so we like had to dive in because we didn't know who was supposed to be playing what. We were just going off of listening to the record, and then we would just call each other, "Yo,
Are you
got this
playing this?
part."
Was
Yeah.
there
Which
no
part-
direction
what makes
from
most sense?
Max? There was no like.
No,
No.
no.
It was
we
just
like, hey, I
got
need
to
some
Tyler,
guys. Let's do this.
Texas, got in the little rehearsal space and had to hash it
Yeah.
out.
Oh,
And we did like we had like about a I don't know what'd you say like a week of
About a week,
rehearsals.
yeah.
Jeez Louise.
And I loved it, dude. See, I'm like, not everyone agrees with me, but I love rehearsing. I love sound check. Like, I just love playing. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. And when you get to be nerdy and really like
Mhm.
start dissecting things, like I really do love it. So for
That's
me, I was
sick.
in heaven. So we would play all day long. And then at night, like when, then we would have a rehearsal like with Max because we would work together and then Max would come later on and we would just do a run through, whatever. Nate's
Yeah.
like, this is boring.
No.
Biggest yawn ever.
No.
So I'm just kidding.
It's
I didn't mean to
Nate's
call
looking
you
at
out.
his phone. Nate's like, cool, man. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I realized this is a video.
My
No one
kid-
else could see it.
I did.
Sorry.
There's young kids, man. Last night was brutal. My youngest son was up so many times, so I'm like, sorry. That was I
Oh,
should.
how old are your kids?
My youngest is 10 months, and then I have a 2.5 year.
really
Well,
young.
they share a birthday, so they'll both be 3 and 1 May 31st. And then I have a
share the
7-year-old.
Same birthday.
Same birthday.
Oh,
Same
wow,
birthday.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's.
I
I,
actually
I
didn't
looked
know
it up.
that.
It's more rare than twins to have 2 siblings.
I would
in-
imagine.
Yeah, same exact day. Like
Wow.
the
wow.
weird out of the whole year, they just landed on the exact same day, and both
That's
of them were like
cool.
early in different ways. You know what I mean? It's like she was 2 weeks early, he was like a week and a half early. It just happened to be that exact day.
Wow,
pretty
that's
weird.
awesome.
Anyway,
Which one do you like better?
good question.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wait,
okay, no.
you gotta
Back to
finish your
rehearsing.
story. Yeah, sorry, I ruined it with the yawn.
so-
I was like listening. I was like,
So at that point, if you rehearsed all day, you did the run through. At that point, most normal people would then go out to a bar or just
Yeah.
relax, hang, whatever. We were not. We would like go for dinner, and then we would get back in the room, the 3 of us, and then we would just meticulously go through
that's
all
cool.
the parts
Damn.
with no drums or anything, just so we could really hear stuff. Like,
But that's I
and-
think that's what shows. Like Ben
Well,
said,
he picked.
I think
He picked
we
the
just
right
kind of
people.
felt like we needed to with those songs
Yeah.
because it's like that band was already such,
intricate.
not just that, but they like had this following that was like, you don't fuck with it. Like,
Yeah.
they will, like, we learned, Reed knows, like, we learned those fans will go to war for that band. Like,
yeah.
so like, you can't fuck around with it. So we were like, we gotta, cause their old band, the Twins, and Parker, and they were a weapon. That was a good band.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
anyways, we wanted to make sure to like, if not meet what was going on, but to exceed it. And we really put the time in it. And man, I didn't understand even why he wanted me in that band at first. And he would always say things like, Kenny, do some of that like Kenny guitar stuff that you do. And I would be like, okay, people pleaser, like, okay. But in my head, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? What is Kenny stuff? I don't understand
I
what
know
that
what
means.
that means, dude.
That's so
I've
funny.
seen
I
it.
learned
I've
what it
seen it,
means.
dude. I've seen it.
Have you come to realize what that is, though?
Yeah, I do a bunch of weird shit
Like
and
chaos.
roll on the ground
Yeah,
and
yeah.
put
You
some
do jump
delay on
around
it.
and-
And,
yeah.
Yeah, but I got a question.
I
How do
understand it
you do all that shit and do that? Like, because Moneen was like also not the most straightforward music. You know what I mean? Like, how did you
No, I guess you're right.
how did you play
Yeah, for
like
anyone
that?
not
and like just
realizing like what Kenny does, he's the most insane performer
Insane.
that I've seen.
Well, let's
play
not say
guitar.
the most insane.
I-
but, I do
for
have a
me,
lot of
pretty
fun.
insane.
For me, it's
I
it's up
remember
there.
being like,
Well, I
"Holy
appreciate
shit!" I remember being like,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, me too.
Rules.
Dude, I saw you at the social in Orlando for the first time. I forgot what tour it was.
You just
damn,
never
did I hit a girl in the head with my
And
guitar.
dude, I remember being like, holy shit, this is sick.
Yeah,
And like
just
you were just like
never stopped.
from start to end, it was just chaos, dude. It was like,
Well, I think I was a hyperactive kid, and I'm a hyperactive adult who just embraces fun. But I will say, don't listen to my live guitar on headphones because.
Yeah, but that's fine. I think that's part of it. It's like people want to hear live. They want, like, you want it to sound good, and that's important. But I do feel like the atmosphere of a live show, it's like people listen with their eyes, and I've always thought that. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, that's a good way.
There's
to put
a fine line, right? I've also seen bands. I'm like, holy shit! Like, just maybe find the middle ground, like play it.
Yeah.
But it's like there's some of those bands that I'm like, sure, this is fun, but it's like it sounds awful. It's
right.
Yeah, but think about Kurt, I mean, out of all the bands, Nirvana, like, dude, some of those live videos of him playing is just like, he's not even playing guitar. He's just like making noise, and it's so
You know
sick.
what's wild about
it's not
him
sick.
though?
I think all of it's sick, dude.
To me, some of it's like, sure.
Think about what Nirvana. Think about how like it was all like chaos, and like he wasn't trying to be the tightest guitar player, but he actually was. But more impressive,
very good guitar player.
His freaking voice.
Yeah.
Yes, he could rip it apart like it's a pure weapon. His pitch was so good.
Yeah.
If you watch any live stuff and
He's
just
on
listen
it.
to his pitch, always on it. It was
I think
like
some
that
of the
always blew my mind.
noise stuff, I would be like, it's cool. Like I could get my headspace to where I'm like, all right, this is cool. But there are times where I'm like, it's felt too.
You're
too
wrong,
far.
but it's okay.
Okay.
No, I mean, I'm gonna push.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks,
Jordan.
I'm gonna push back on what you said, Kenny, because you actually did sound really good.
That's what I was about to say. When I saw you, there was zero thought to me.
No,
you're crazy.
You're good. You're great.
Yeah,
well,
Kenny, you're great.
And I've talked about this
thanks,
before
guys.
on my in-ear mix. I wouldn't have anything really except my drums and Kenny's guitar. That was pretty much it. Because
were you technically rhythm or lead, or you didn't know?
Both.
Kind of both.
Yeah, you kind of flip over. It got to a lead point. Like when we were playing with Fred, Fred would definitely take the leads because he's an unbelievable guitar player.
Oh, that's cool.
But Fred only did. Reed, correct me if I'm wrong. Did Fred only do one tour?
He only did one tour. Yeah,
he only did one tour with us. So then. Okay, what happened? Okay, all right, hold on a second. Let's go through this.
Let's take it back to the beginning.
Parker came back.
Yes.
So Fred left. Parker came back
for the 10-year anniversary tour.
That's right. And then hold on now. Greg Dunn was there with us
for another year or so
as well.
Yeah,
and he did Australia with us too, right?
He this
is a great story. So we're going to Australia.
Where are we going with this?
Everyone is meeting. I can't remember where it was. Maybe Dallas or something like that. Was like the place all of our connections were coming, and then we're going.
Yeah.
Well, Reed's connection got a little fucked up.
Yeah.
And we were texting with him, and we knew he was in the airport. He's on his way. He's basically running to the gate. Gets to the gate, and Reed will tell you his side. But as far as we learned, basically the door slammed in Reed's face, and he's looking through the little window at the door, like, "Hey, my friends are in there. Please, I had to go to Australia. Please let me in." They're like, "Sorry, dude." Like,
oh, no.
our TM Matt Wilson went and talked to like the flight attendant, trying to say, "Hey, he's on the other side of the door." And she's like, "We can't open that. That's like some like FDA friggin' regulation. You can't open that." Like, so basically, Reed's on the other side waving while the plane just flies away and leaving him behind.
That's the worst feeling ever. I hate
especially going to Australia, dude.
Wait, so you got him like the next one, or like what happened?
The next day, but
the next day,
and thankfully we had
you get to recuperate off. When you land in Australia.
I missed
Reed
all that.
Got that, dude.
Oh, so you
had to
fly
right into a show?
No way.
So what happened? I had several hours of a layover, thinking like I had plenty of time. I want to make sure there was enough of a buffer in case there was a delay getting out of Tampa to Dallas, because DFW is a nightmare. When flying in there, like it's
the worst.
It's a cluster. Like I hate that airport. And sure enough, something happened with the airplane leaving Tampa, and it got very delayed, and then it got canceled entirely. So I had to switch and find another flight. I landed pretty much right within minutes of when they were going to stop boarding. So I did what I could, ran through the airport, everything, and then they closed the door. They wouldn't let me on. Matt Wilson, I think, almost got arrested trying to get me on. And this was right when
I'm pretty sure he asked, what would happen if I just opened this door?
I think he was close.
That rules.
And so I was stuck in Dallas for a whole day till the next flight out to, I can't remember which part of Australia it started, but in any case, like Ebola was breaking out in Dallas. Like there was like a case, people were kind of freaking out about that. So I'm like, great, I'm just going to get Ebola here sitting in Dallas waiting for the next flight out.
Bleed out, waiting for this flight.
Nothing
Exactly.
like getting Ebola in Texas and going to Australia.
Exactly.
What a turn of events.
And so the only day
I almost
off,
feel like we're in Perth, Reed, because I think you had to fly.
I think
extra
you're right.
far.
Oh, no.
Like Sydney
it
to
was
Perth.
Perth. It was.
I think it was. Yeah.
It's like landing in Florida and then having to go to L.A.
Yeah, exactly.
And so our only
Jeez.
day off was to adjust. And then we just ripped through shows the rest of the time there, back to
Ooh,
back. So I missed the
American?
one day off. Yeah, it was. And then I flew in to pick up everybody from the beach and then go to the venue.
Yeah.
So that was that hurt
You're
even
at the
more.
beach hanging.
I mean, you probably felt crazy too.
I felt insane.
Dude.
That
Do you
flight
also
is
remember
crazy.
Reed Connolly was on that
Conley
tour?
was
Remember
filling
he-
in for Fred, Chris Conley of Saves the Day,
That's
for
That's
Whoa.
which was awesome.
yeah.
And we
Dang.
drank.
It was
I
pure.
never
It was
knew he
pure
did that.
Zen Connolly at that point.
Is that the only?
Yeah,
the only,
him and Max have been such great friends for so long that like I don't know how it happened, but it was awesome.
It was.
that only
Dude,
happened.
that's
That had
crazy.
only happened in Australia. Is that when that was
Yeah,
the lineup
when he played with
Only-
us. Yeah.
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 I just remember being
Dang.
like overtired, probably a little buzzed from all the Irish car bombs we kept consuming, because that was the
That was
tour
a
of the
thing,
Irish
yeah.
car bomb for sure. And then I would see
Jeez.
Chris looking at me smiling while I'm playing, while he's shredding guitar. I'm like, what is going on?
Oh, he loved the Irish car bomb.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
It was like a new thing to him, and he really got into it.
I like that you did that.
That was
Y'all
was
got
I?
some interesting choices for drinks. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Fireball,
yeah.
Irish car bombs.
yeah, that
Irish
was
car bombs in
wow.
Australia.
Our main drink that we love tiki. That was
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Say Anything was a big tiki
Yes.
bar?
tiki band.
Oh, I know.
Hey, I don't think I was drinking at that point though, Reed.
no, maybe not in the early days.
I don't
but-
think I was.
but-
No, not that. So I don't think I was jumping in on those Irish car bombs. I was just watching you guys be a bunch of losers.
Oh, the Irish car. Yeah, that was. I don't know.
We're allowed to call them Irish car bombs anymore.
I don't think so either. But
Wait,
know,
so I got
it's
a question.
okay.
Continuing on the drinking thing,
I'd
Have
like
you-
to dive into that a little deeper.
Wait, Kenny, have you ever played it? Have you played a show like completely like bombed? Have you ever like
No.
But like buzzy, a little buzzy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
you remember the
For sure,
Chicago
yeah.
show?
Barely.
There you
We
go.
got
Answer.
Oh, okay. No. Yes.
Oh, yes.
You're right. I wasn't wasted, but walked a fine line on that one. We did. We
did.
went to Lost Lake, that tiki bar in Chicago.
I've heard about
And
this
we-
story from Ringo.
Damn,
Yeah.
we got tiki'd up, man. We got
Tiki'd
tiki'd up
up.
big time.
That's
we got
what-
back for the show, and it
You
was
got
like,
teed up.
That's why
Yeah.
tiki's
We
tough
did.
for me. It's like you can't go and just like. I mean, I guess you can, but it's like you just consume. And I feel like every story I've heard of people going to tiki, it ends like that. Like
Yeah,
no
yeah,
one's
yeah.
leaving.
Yeah.
Like I
You
feel
just leave-
pretty good. You're just
You leave
like,
sticky
oh my
and like
god.
Yeah,
It's like
there. That's the thing. Like, and like a lot of the drinks, like some people just don't like sweet drinks, and if you don't like sweet drinks, you're not gonna like tiki.
definitely.
But
I
if you
don't.
do like sweet
I don't
drinks,
either.
it's over,
And it's
like,
very
Yeah.
deceptive.
you're doomed. Yeah. So there's a place, Smuggler's Cove in
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Another one of our favorite spots. We became friends with the people that ran it, so it's like we would get treated real well. Anyways, it became a place every time we went, someone was going down.
Yeah.
Someone was going down for sure.
I mean, y'all drink
And
out of like
I've been part of
fishbowl
that.
and shit.
I've been part of that. There's one time, and I mean, my girl Sarah's is not gonna like this story, but like she knows about it. Man, there was one time after Smuggler's Cove, like I just woke up under a car, just straight up woke up under a car.
Dan, they just left you there?
There was no they.
It's just you?
It was just me.
Wow.
Casual
There was
little
no they.
Smuggler's Cove.
Did
And I
they just
ended
me?
up under a car.
Was there a day off, or was it like you woke up in the middle of the night? It wasn't like you woke up in the morning and then we were gone.
3
and
days
So
later.
nice-
3 days
a
later.
nice-
he's
No,
on the
you know
car.
what, Reed?
Rest.
It's almost embarrassing to say this was just a Kenny solo mission. That wasn't too many years ago. This wasn't even saying anything. This was just me going for a drink by myself.
what?
Woke up under a car.
A Kenny
Yeah.
solo mission,
Wait,
dude.
is
You
that the
weren't
place
even on
that
tour.
rains? Is that the place that rains on the inside? Like
What is that freaking Rainforest Cafe?
no,
Yeah.
isn't there a tiki bar
That's
where like
your favorite tiki bar?
I just went to that. I went to Rainforest Cafe like last week. That's my
probably
favorite.
That's not a
cool,
tiki
right?
bar. That's not a. I didn't know. I thought
No.
Rainforest was a tiki bar.
No.
What? It's a children's
no,
restaurant.
Just
Smugglers doesn't rain inside. Smugglers doesn't rain
You know what I'm
inside.
talking about though, right? That
There's
tiki
like a
bar that
little
like
waterfall. Isn't there like a little
No,
fountain?
that's I don't know if there's much fountain in that place. There's a fountain in the San Diego spot, Fall Side.
Yeah, there
they have a
definitely is
waterfall in
there.
there. Anyways, what is this? The
Never
Tiki
mind.
podcast?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I love this. No. What can we talk about
Wait.
from drums so we can write this off on our
Oh, I got
toes?
a question. I got a
Oh,
question.
yo.
I got a question.
I want to talk about drums. I'm a guitar player, but I could talk about drums. I got some drum talk.
Do you have questions for us?
Yeah. What's a lug?
What's a lug?
Explain
No
a
one
lug
knows.
to a guitar
No one
player.
knows. No one knows.
No
we
one
just say
knows.
stuff like that.
No,
Well,
here's another secret chapter of Kenny's life.
You play drums.
Is that so? I wish I could play drums.
You could play
I really can't. I can play a beat,
You could
but
play
when
a
it
beat,
comes
yeah.
to a fill, I get scared. But
Me too, man. It's okay.
But I was a guitar tech for a long time when I wasn't playing. I was guitar teching, and then just when you're around it, you just got to learn other things. And then next thing you knew, I wasn't guitar tech anymore, and I started drum teching for years. I was drum teching, I don't know, for a good 6 or 7 years. I was
Whoa.
just drum teching, and I really, really loved it.
You were great at
It was such a challenge. It was like, I think I come at tuning drums a little different than an actual drummer because you guys just know from hitting it, you have a muscle memory of what you want to hear. And it's not necessarily about all the relationship of the top head and the bottom head. You guys just know
Yeah. Like
what
just by
how you
feel.
want to sound,
Yeah,
how you want it to feel. So, but I came at it like a lot more musical, and especially the guy I was teching for, it was with the band City in Color.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the drummer at the time, Doug, he used to play in the band Constantines. He's a legend. And and he just came at things a little different, and we kind of like just sort of came at the drums a little more musical because Dow's music's like there's a lot of loud stuff, but there's a lot of quiet stuff too, like some atmospheric sort of moments. And
Yeah.
and I was just like, well, I'll figure this out, and I really came to drum tuning in a more musical
That's cool.
way. Than I
Yeah.
think
Are you
some
saying we're
guys
not
do.
musical? Are you saying
Were
we're not
you
musical?
t-
No. I really,
He's like, not
I
like a
love-
bunch of
don't-
cavemen,
Don't
like,
do
you
that,
know.
Ben.
Yeah, we just go.
No,
all
I
five.
really am impressed with how.
Oh, it sounds good.
No, there's a thing to it. You put me behind that kid, I'll tune it up and hit it a certain way. You could take a drum that's never been tuned, and I'm sure you guys could sit behind it and just hit that tom, and it sounds good because you guys just hit drums in a different way than
Yeah.
like I said. I'll check a kit for the sound guy, and then I always get nervous when it comes to a fill. I'm like, fuck, it's going to train. Like people think, oh, that guy can play drums too. No, I can play a beat. Can't play a fill though.
Did you?
But the weird thing is, like, I got more comfortable playing in 5 as not being a drummer.
Whoa.
For some reason, I could play in 5, but I can't play in 4/4.
All right, show off. All right.
Damn, dude.
No, it's no show off. What kind of a drummer is a guy that can play one simple beat in 5, and that's the only
Well,
beat you
wait,
can play?
that's
What's that
cool.
going to do?
Aren't there Moneen songs in 5?
5 became like, you know how 4/4, we all learned 4/4, and then like 6/8 became like the new 4/4
Yeah.
for most of us.
Oh, I love-
5 became the new 6 for Moneen. It just
Okay.
felt normal. 5 just felt normal.
Wow. I would
Wow.
think that's fascinating. I like because there are a lot of people 3, 4, 6, 8. Like what bands gravitate towards. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. I've never.
It's
It's
just
been
like-
4/4 forever for me.
Yeah. well,
we just did a
Very
song.
good choice.
We did a song in 7, and that was like
Yeah.
our
oh
brain-
no, it's so
it's
good.
better
turn
than
this
fun.
around,
It was
yeah.
like, yeah.
That's what, you know what, like when you think about like Soundgarden, for instance, like Matt Cameron, I fucking love that guy. Think about a band that had so many radio singles in weird time signatures.
Which is
Mhm.
tough to
And
do. Very
it's
tough
super
to do.
tough to do, but they never did it. And then like, listen to this weird time
Yeah,
signature.
you could
It's more
still
just
bob.
like, whoa, this is a
Yeah.
cool riff. And
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
grooving.
You
And then
find
when
that
you're like,
thing.
you're like, oh, I got to learn this. And you realize, what the fuck, 13, 12? What
Yeah.
the hell time signature is this?
It is crazy when that's what's funny about time signatures is I used to get so scared of them because I would think I don't count when I'm playing drums, and I don't know if any drummers, well, some drummers probably do, but like actually count, right? To me, it's always about feel. So when we wrote this song at 7, I just would get used, how you listen to it or bob your head or whatever. And I do feel like that's what's so weird about time signatures is like you find that thing where you can still bob your head, and then you just get used to it. And you don't you think you hear it that way forever then. But I don't know. I still listen to some, like every once in a while, like metal, or someone will put out a song and my brain hurts. I'm like, I'm like, you're a musician, I'm a musician, but I don't even think we're in the same arena right now because my brain cannot fathom that type of.
I'm like crazy. Such a fan of like, not necessarily like tech metal. There is some tech metal bands I like, but like, I love techie stuff. Like I always loved like, do you guys know of a band called Thingy? Or Heavy Vegetable?
No.
It's Rob Crow from Pinback.
Great name.
Yeah, here we go. This is going great.
Heavy Vegetable.
Those are two of the worst band names I've ever heard stacked back to back. That was awesome. That sounded like you're making up shit right, as you were going.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, you're just thinking
sounds like
Heavy Vegetable. I'm like, okay, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as those words came out of my mouth, I was like, yeah, I shouldn't.
I love Pinback,
but they should tour together.
Okay, so what?
Huge
a couple of Rob Crow's old bands were Heavy Vegetable and then Thingy. And man, they were so tech and weird, but like they're so good. I think I've always gravitated towards the weird.
I mean, and
everything in life. I think.
I love that. But I do think you're right though. When someone could pull off a weird time signature, but it's big and the song's accessible, it's like the sweetest spot ever.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Where you're just like, how'd you do that? It's like you feel this sense of like almost jealousy, but you're like, and it's so cool that you just like, I love that it does well when it's like a pop song even, or they'll like do it and you're like, why did like, the Suburbs album.
I heard there's this, I don't know who sings it, I have no idea, but there's this EDM song that gets played on the radio sometimes. And it's just a really just like catchy song. But then I started like listening to the sort of the music behind it. And I was like, whoa, there's something weird going on here. I started counting it out. And it was like, there's one part of it, like the catchiest part of the song is in like 11 something, which isn't really even a thing.
Yeah.
But I was just like, whoa, if this song can blow up to just like normal people that are just
bunch
driving
of customers.
to work. But really it's like I would have a hard time easily playing this.
Yeah.
Because it's in such a weird time signature. Yeah. I think that's like that. Whoever wrote that, they won.
Post Malone does that really well to me. He'll have songs
come out
and you're like, what's he doing here? Yeah, it's so subtle, but it's like he'll do a push or he'll skip or he'll like, there's just moments where it's in and out of stuff. And it's so, you would almost never know it unless you count and you start thinking about it. And I think that's just really cool.
Yeah. Hey, is anyone else hoping for a Nirvana tour fronted by Posty?
That would be
sick. I see that on SNL.
I'm not, but
I feel like that's inevitable.
Ben said
no.
There's just some things
You're a purist, man. You're like, yo, man, don't rub that fucking dude.
Well, no, I just think some things I think should just be left be. They should just like, that's.
I know,
you know what
but
I
I watched them do that.
I mean, he
SNL thing together.
Good,
it was
dude.
pretty good.
Aren't they? Travis Barker and him releasing an album? Like they're.
Well, I think it's more charity stuff over COVID. Remember they did that.
The
Nirvana
house,
but I think they're recording.
I think they're releasing that.
Oh, okay.
Audio.
Okay,
is what I heard.
I will say, look, Travis Barker's amazing. We've talked about him a good amount on this podcast. That's the most annoying person to play drums in that to me. I'll be honest. I think that's could not
in
be
Nirvana.
Further. Yeah, I'm just like really like.
He's become a thing though. He's become a thing.
I know, but it's such a bummer. I'm like him playing Grohl's parts for Nirvana. I can't think of a more opposite drummer than Grohl. So it's just a weird.
Kenny, what do you feel? How do you feel about Travis Barker, Kenny?
What's funny is I'm not talking shit at all. He's like one of the greatest. He's changed drumming forever. So I'm not saying, but you gotta recognize if you think it fits or not. And I remember being like, for real, that was the one thing that I was like, damn.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, all right.
Is that your answer?
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah, that's my answer.
What drummers do you admire?
Yeah.
Besides us.
Ooh.
Besides
us.
Okay,
I'll tell. Yeah, obviously, you guys are top three.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, what order?
What order?
Oh man.
So second time I got COVID, I was stuck in a hotel room in my hometown, weirdly, and I just had to kill some time, and that Get Back Beatles documentary came out, and everyone was talking about it. But the honest truth is, and this is, people won't like it, but I'm not the biggest Beatles fan. I do really respect them and love everything here, but I've never had my Beatles moment where I dive in.
Yeah.
Like at that point, I had never truthfully on my own listened to a full Beatles record.
Yeah.
Again, not because I didn't like it, not because I had anything against it.
You were all about thingy at the time.
I was all about thingy.
Yeah.
No, the truth was I was a Pet Sounds guy.
You
Love
are
Beach Boys.
yes, you are a big.
Love Pet Sounds
Me too.
so much. So to me, I was like, I got that
picked
record. I'm all
that side.
good.
Yeah.
I got COVID and I decided, I'll watch this short documentary about the Beatles without realizing it was like 3 8-hour episodes. But I just committed and I went for it. And I just watched it all. Watched it all.
Yeah.
And you know what I walked away from that? Well, a lot of things, but to what we're talking about, Ringo fucking rules.
Yeah, he ripped.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've been
He
waiting
rules,
to talk
dude.
about this on this
He is
podcast.
underrated, I feel like.
He is so underrated. And from like me as a guitar player, like all we're told all throughout our younger lives is like Ringo sucks,
Yep.
Ringo sucks.
100%.
And then I watched that and I was like, no, Ringo is one of the best drummers.
Because
not
he
only just because of his drumming, he's on time. He sits there quiet, waiting for his time, and he always plays for the song.
Always.
He's so tasteful. He's fucking so good.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
dude, 100%. I love that you said that because you're right. Our whole career, you've heard that Ringo's not good. I mean, I was a massive Beatle fan, and I still am. And I understand it's like not cool to like the Beatles these days. Like I feel like that is.
Is it not?
It's not.
It's not.
Factually, it's like the cool thing to be like the Beatles suck. That's factually the coolest move right now. Is like anyone
I would never say
in our scene, for the most part, it's like the coolest thing to shit on the Beatles. Say they're not good. Say they have, all of that stuff. And like, I truly was a huge fan. Like when I was in Australia, I spent way too much money on the White Album, like original pressing, final. Like I got so into them. Like I was
cool,
super, and a big part of that was Ringo. I remember being like, because I used to watch the movies, like the ones that they would put out, the like actual feature length movies.
Yeah, right,
I just thought he was so cool. I was like, dude, I thought all of them were cool. And I think that we've heard that he's such a bad drummer because he's not flashy. But that's always what it translated to me. And I'm like, why does a good drummer have to be flashy, even with what they're playing? So you could listen to some of those albums. There is some intricate, rad fucking drum parts that are like, should be studied, and it's like,
I know.
He's just
But
in the
that's
whole
the
thing.
beauty
He's
of
just,
it, though.
it's Ringo. I was like, he's not that good, but he is such a good drummer.
No, I know you guys have talked about it and you've had him on your podcast, but another good example is Zach from Jimmy. If he was doing frickin' drum solos the whole time, that would not be the band
to
they
me
are.
is a modern Ringo. Like I've always felt
Just
like
plays for the song beautifully.
and some of the parts are so genius and thought through and intricate that it's like he is in that world to me for sure. I think it's a similar.
Imagine if Zach started showing up with like little Ringo glasses and like that kind of like Dracula sort of like hairstyle. Like he just like really took it on.
Dude, he should just embrace it.
That'd be it. Maybe I'm going to do that.
Clarity's kind of like a Beatles album. Like if you think about it, just the way it is.
Oh, that's a top record for me for sure.
Yeah.
Big time.
Oh,
Clarity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one changed everything for me.
We can't go one podcast without talking about Jimmy World. It's like,
wow,
it's good.
It's hard.
Here's the thing,
best because
people shit on Ringo, but like, he wasn't. I don't know. Not always. I feel like there's that. Have you ever seen that video where it's like Questlove, Dave Grohl, and all these guys talking about Ringo and like
they give him credit for sure.
They give him so much credit.
Oh, they do. Oh, I thought you were going to go the opposite.
No, yeah, they're like this is garbage. No, because if you think about it, like he wrote drum hooks too. It's the same thing with Grohl. It's like he wrote like there's certain Ringo parts that are just like you think about that part when you're what I mean, like the dan dan.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
come together.
So
That's
sick.
a crazy drum part, man.
Dude.
And then when it goes dan 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 dan, it's so sick.
It is.
It is sick, dude.
Even like Taxman and stuff. There's parts.
Taxman, yeah.
Dude, he does like just some of those little fills are
it's
so
cool.
hooky. It's like like he hits that thing that you're like, oh, they couldn't be anything else. And if it was, it wouldn't be as sketchy.
He's funny in the documentary
can we
too.
keep talking about drummers?
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to get to talk about drums at all.
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. like let the guitar player talk about drums. You guys made a mistake.
Go.
Hey, there's this new kid. I probably shouldn't call him a kid because he's probably a grown man. But do you guys know that band, Pool Kids?
Yeah.
Have you heard of this band?
No.
Well, our friend Andy's in
they're like
band.
Yes, dude. And I didn't know that. I just kind of
stumbled on them.
Sort of just stumbled upon them. And man,
I'm gonna look them up.
They're one of my faves. Like as far as like in the
cool
scene,
band.
like the punk rock scene.
Andy
Pool
who?
Kids.
Andy who?
Andy who used to play in You Blew It. The guitar player.
Nice.
Anyways, so I didn't realize he was even in the band. I just became a huge fan. Like they're like, yeah, super good. But that drummer, like I want to steal that guy to record some stuff with. Pool Kids is what they're called.
Pool Kids.
And it's just like, dude, they're so good. And then I find out that Andy's in it, and I hit him up. I'm like, hey, just so you know, good,
big fan.
Good talking to you. But your band is one of my favorite bands now,
dude. Hell yeah! So which album? So I'm looking at it now. Like the newest one, the self-titled.
Yeah, like they're full length.
Okay, cool.
They've got some EPs released too. But yeah, their main full length is like
he's like 65 years old. You're calling him a kid. You're like this kid.
I know. I feel bad.
I don't know which one he is, but he looks like a kid.
I got to. Yeah, he's the one with the glasses.
Oh, okay.
Pool Kid.
Yeah, he looks like a kid.
Andy's the one with the darker hair. That's our friend. And then
cool.
What's the Is that it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Dude, it's great.
I'm gonna check it out later.
I actually got to like so on that last fall Dashboard tour, we were in Pittsburgh, I want to say at Stage AE. And you know how they have how you can play indoors and you can play outdoors in that spot?
Yeah.
So they had them both open, and I was doing some shit with cases or whatever, like getting some stuff organized. And I remember just seeing a guy from the outdoor spot to the indoor, and I just like recognized him. You know when you recognize somebody, you can't really figure out who it is. So I'm trying to rack my brain, but like it was like more than just like my brain really wanted to figure it out for some reason. I didn't know why until I realized, wait a second, I think that's the drummer from Pool Kids. And he was friends with our drum tech. And I just remember like an asshole, as soon as I figured it out, just bolting straight over. They're having this like deep conversation, like, like about like death or something. I don't know, something real serious. And I just came blasting.
You like Fireball?
I love your band.
You like Fireball? No.
I have 2 shots of Fireball. Like, will you please do a shot with me? But anyways, I fanboyed out so hard on him, dude.
That.
Like it was probably embarrassing, but like, well, like at first he was kind of just like,
who the fuck is this guy?
Well, yeah, he didn't know who I was. He thought I was just like a fucking stagehand or something. And he was like being nice, but like I could tell he was just kind of like, oh, thanks, man. And then I guess, not that who I am really matters at all, but I think our drum tech was like, oh, that's because he's probably like, who is that maniac guy that just came in friggin' assaulted me?
He smells like cinnamon.
Like, oh, that's Kenny. He plays in Dashboard, and then I think he realized like, oh shit,
he fucked up.
Wait a second.
He's like, wait,
but that's not what triggered it. You know, it was cool, and this was cool for a fanboy moment for me because I fanboyed hard on him. It wasn't that I played in Dashboard that triggered it. He was like, wait a second. Oh, that's Kenny who plays in Dashboard that Andy told me about that plays in Moneen. So then he came up and he's like, wait, you play in Moneen?
Oh,
I'm like, yeah.
sick.
He's like, I love your band. I'm like, I love your band.
You're like,
oh. Each other. But anyways, I think it's a cool moment at this point in our lives that we've been doing this for so long that you can still get excited,
dude,
over meeting someone.
100%. I think, and I also love that it had nothing to do. Like I just checked. They don't seem like they're massive. To where it's even,
they should be.
But
they should be.
They're
going
there.
I think they've been getting some good momentum lately.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I didn't mean that as a dig.
No.
I just think it's cool. That's the kind of thing that you're right. It doesn't matter that you weren't meeting someone just because they're like exploding in the big band. You're just a big fan of their music, which I think is so cool. I mean, that's kind of like we were just on tour Dangerous Summer. Didn't really know them before at all. We missed touring with them. I was not.
Yeah.
Dude. And I got so into them on tour with them. They were opening and I would watch them every single night. And I hit that spot
isn't that the best, though?
where I was like, I would hang with them. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. I'm hanging out with them. Like, even though they're like opening on tour.
They're opening for you.
I would like want to pick his brain.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that song is like, and I just got and it was a really fun moment.
That's
I thought about that's what makes music and doing this so cool. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't remember the last time that happened too. And I'll never forget it. We were like 4 shows in playing pool. And like while we were upstairs while they were playing, and I literally had to stop. I was like playing pool and I went over and watched them and I was just like, what? Like this is, it was just such this moment. I'm like, I can't remember the last time that's happened. So then from then on, I watched them every night. and I would be just as stoked. I would be like, pick up on nuances. I'm like, how did he write that part? And that part's so cool. And like, there's just, it's what makes music so cool. So
that's
fact that
the power of it.
I like that you went up to that dude and was like geeking out with him, because that's what makes it so cool. You know, it's like,
I got another one, just like what you're saying, how you just like a part of that song just made you had to stop what you're doing and go listen to it. So before Reed and I started playing with Say Anything, Moneen was opening up for Say Anything. And if I remember, it was Say Anything, Is Lug, Moneen, and then Moving Mountains was opening. And I'd never heard of Moving Mountains before. Definitely didn't know Greg at that point. So we get there for the first day. It was probably House of Blues in Anaheim. You know, everyone's stoked. You're meeting everyone. Yeah. You know the first day of tour kind of, so we had a whole set planned, kind of like, you know, okay, we don't have to really do anything different for a Moneen show opening up for Say Anything. It's kind of in the same world. So we had just a normal set planned. And I remember Moving Mountains played, and they played in their opening set. They had time to play 3 songs because their songs were so long, spacey and atmospheric. And I just remember me and Hippie side stage, like in halfway between their first song, which was probably like 8.5 minutes long. I just turned to Hippie. I'm like, we're changing our entire set, dude. Everything. He's like, what? I'm like, fuck all the poppy songs, man. We're playing all the weirdest songs we got. It was so inspiring because I'm like, these guys are just opening.
That's so
tour.
Sick.
No one knows their band, and they're fucking playing these epic fucking 12-minute songs. Like, and I did. We fucking threw our whole set out in the garbage and just played all the weirdest songs we could. Like, I'd be like, fucking no, keep jamming that delay part fucking longer. Like, it was so inspiring.
That's cool. Did you all stick to that for the whole tour?
Oh yeah, we ruined our band on that tour, man. We were playing the weirdest songs, but it was so inspiring.
That's
and
cool.
Every day I would go out right into the middle. You know, you like sort of by front of house, like you find that sweet spot. It's kind of like the best sounding spot in the venue. I would go find that spot every day for a certain part of one of their songs
and just vibe.
And I seriously would. I wouldn't cry every night, but most nights it would be so powerful to me, and it really meant so much. I could bring myself back to the moment and get teary-eyed.
Dude, I love
it.
Do it.
It would hit me so I could cry in the podcast about Greg Dunn's music. You would love that.
Cry.
Come on, you pussy.
Let me see those.
But seriously, it would like move me.
Dude, I love that
so much. And I would just be standing with my eyes closed, just with tears coming down. And it was just like, that's amazing. This is what it's
music,
all about.
Baby. It's so
Dude,
cool.
And then Greg Dunn said he would never play that song live ever again. And that was it.
Perfect.
Cool.
Because it brought me that much joy. He had to shut it down.
Yeah, he's like, no, I hate that.
Dude, I gotta stay. I gotta stay.
Totally.
Kenny, you're the best, dude.
Dude,
seriously, anytime I've ever had a chance to be around you and like hang out with you, it's like the fucking best, man.
Oh man, we became fast friends, me and you, immediately, dude. No, for real. I've always loved Ben, and like we don't get to hang. Remember, I used to call you randomly, and like you'd be like, we'd go through some jokes, and I'd like do some weird noises or something, and then like you'd get to a point where you'd be like, so, what's up? What do you need? I'm like, oh, nothing.
Just saying hi.
Just calling you.
God, I love that.
Just calling you.
That's what's so, God, I love this stuff. Again, like, this is what it's all about. Like, some of you, like, the connections you build from this world are so deep. And it's like, maybe you don't talk every day. Maybe you don't talk hardly ever. But then when you connect and see them, it's almost hard to explain to anyone else outside of that touring world.
That's,
I'll even explain that to my wife. I'm like, I have so many truly deep homies, and it's not that I'm on the phone with them all day not talking, but I will call them randomly and we could talk for 2 hours as if we talk every day. And it's like, it's such a cool, beautiful thing that I think looking back on touring in that world is probably my most cherished thing. It's stuff like this. And the fact that all I can tell that y'all are close. Like, I love this because it's just, how it should.
This set my day up.
This set my day up.
Oh, Kenny, you were always sick. You were always the favorite part of touring and playing shows for me. Everyone was amazing.
Because I was a goddamn maniac and I tried to take your drums out every day.
Yeah, you did try to take my...
There's a thing I would do.
Yeah, you want to talk about that?
I would run. When he had a drum riser.
Yeah. I remember that. Wait.
I would run and jump on his drum riser.
Try to shake everything?
And I would shift left to right, to test out to see. And when there was a janky drum riser,
Like,
I'd go back and forth. And I wanted to take that
Did
drum
it ever
riser
go
down
bad?
so bad.
Did it ever go bad?
Anything ever fall?
I never collapsed a drum riser fully, but I fucked Reed up a few times.
Hell
for
yeah.
sure. Like he's trying to play like fucking hard parts and I'm fucking shaking his goddamn thing trying to break his whole world. Like,
It was exciting though. I always was thrilled by it, you know?
another thing I used to always do during Say Anything shows that I know, well, two things that what Reed would get a kick out of. They'd always put like a lot of like too many water bottles on the corner of the drum riser for Max. Like
He doesn't
ridiculous
need, he doesn't
amount.
need 20.
No one is going through 12 bottles of water. So what I would do every show is, and those texts, they'd set it all up. They'd usually set up in like a nice little triangle, you know, like they take their time to set this up for them. I would fucking go immediately and just kick them all off the drum riser immediately. And then the tech would come and put them all back up.
And you
I'd
do
wait
it
a couple
again.
songs. I'd go fucking kick them over again.
Dude,
Like,
I love that you do that and you're also a tech. And you know how absolutely
I know,
annoying that would be.
dude, it was dark.
I also like that you're like the
No.
nicest dude ever, but then you're like, I'm gonna fuck these water bottles up.
Yeah, there's another one I do. I would take my guitar at the end of the show and I would find somewhere real weird and high that I could climb up and shove the guitar because our tech at the time, Josh, was afraid of heights.
Dude.
And he fucking would have to climb up shit to go get my guitar every day.
Dude, this is unreal. This is
The water bottles was
so
always fun
unhinged.
for me. I would just watch the whole time laughing.
Oh yeah.
God.
I wouldn't just kick him over like gently. Like I would go like fucking maniac. Like another one I would do is I'd jump up on Reed's drum riser and scream into his face, "I love you."
Yes,
as aggressive as I could.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that's so sick.
Those are great, Reed. Those are really great days. See, that's why I really do feel if I could be just emotional Kenny again for a second,
Do it.
which happens
It's
every
me
30
every
seconds.
day.
But
Yeah,
Bring
me
it back.
every few
Bring it
minutes,
back.
dude.
Bring it back.
I feel extremely lucky to have gotten a lot of the opportunities that I've got. And a big part of that is just like we talked about the connections we have with other people, especially in this scene. Like Moneen was really lucky because like we got signed to Vagrant like early 2000s, and that was like our favorite label. All our favorite bands were on it, like Hot Rod, Get Up Kids, Save the Day, Dashboard. Like it's just you can keep going on. Hey Mercedes, like seriously, pretty much
the bangers.
that era of Vagrant was like our life.
Yeah.
And then we got to be a part of it, which we thought was really special. And then we got to tour with a lot of those bands and a lot of other really, really great bands and made a lot of great friends from that. And then, like I said, I tried to stop the band and I went away and I started teching. But then I would like cross over back into our world and I would run into all these people. And then, you know, even just teching for Alexis on Fire for a long time. And I would just be setting up pedal boards or whatever during changeover. And I'd hear like a Moneen. And I always thought that was like,
I love that.
special.
Awesome.
And I would call the guys after the show and say like, hey, we got like a Moneen shout out, like while I was like teching. Like, that's pretty cool. And then I was lucky enough when I started playing with Reed and Say Anything. And now playing with Dashboard, I've got to like revisit and realize like, not even revisit, just realize like I feel pretty lucky that like I'm a part of this world and like,
Majorly.
and I get to like tap back into all these people that were these relationships that are so special, and especially with Say Anything, and just like realize I'm like, man, this is my home. Like this scene in this world is my home.
Yeah, but it's a
And I
testament to who you
feel
are
super
too,
lucky.
though, man. I mean,
100%, dude.
No, dude,
I
If
agree.
they had to
I'm
check my
being dead
ID at the
serious.
door,
Yeah.
man, they wouldn't have let me in. They would have been like,
well, I was joking. I
guy outta
thought
here,
in the
man.
crowd somebody would be like, Gunter.
they get escorted out immediately.
Like, there are kids here, dude. You better watch your mouth. No, full circle. Dude, I
Full
love
circle.
this.
I like a full circle joke.
I love
Yeah.
this.
This might be, I don't know. I feel like we can keep going, but this
The longest
this,
podcast
No.
you've done.
This,
Sorry.
we could keep
No,
going, but I
this
feel
is
like that's
great.
a great way to maybe wrap it. And then I think you're going to be a regular guest, Kenny. You're going to turn into Lou.
back. You got to come back. We got to.
Me and Lou, man, bring me and Lou in. We'll hang.
God,
Do you
I
know?
love
Do you
this.
know
know
Lou?
me and Lou
Do you know
would be
Lou
best
at all?
friends.
Do you know Lou or
No,
Oh
not
my
even
God,
a bit.
you
I
guys
just know him
need-
through your podcast.
dude.
Yeah.
We got to make that connection.
I just feel like me and him could be brothers.
Yeah.
There's
Absolutely.
gotta,
like actually
there's-
brothers. Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
gotta
like
be
I know. I
some.
think there's some testing I'm doing right now. I have a theory.
We
You
should.
guys thought Billy Corgan and Bill Burr was the big news, eh? Nah,
It's
Kenny
Lou
and Lou.
Kenny. That would be so sick.
Spitting
And
image, dude.
we do the results on our podcast.
yeah. 23andMe. You are not
Sponsored by-
brother.
You are not the brother.
You are- Oh my God.
Yeah, I'll come back whenever you guys will have me.
Definitely, dude. You're the best,
There's
man.
gotta be some time where we all somehow connect in person too. I always think about that with Fest and all the stuff that's coming back and things. There's gotta be a moment where we're all. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Are y'all doing anything Warped Tour?
Well, you got a big tour coming up if you want to talk about it.
Dashboard's got a cool tour. We're doing a summer tour with Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
God,
dude.
The dream.
Rad.
Yeah.
Man, you know what? It's like, I saw, we got that tour, and then at first you think like, oh, Goo Goo Dolls, that's interesting. Until you go back and listen to especially their old stuff.
All time.
Holy shit, this tour makes so much sense.
100%. I thought as soon as I saw it, I was like, that is dialed. Like that tour.
Yeah.
Goo Goo Dolls, you're right. I think they were so big and maybe so mainstream that like it's not our scene as much. But if, like you said, going back and listening to that stuff, like, dude, I annihilated that album. Like, but not just one album, but like Goo Goo Dolls was a band that I was like, yes, I'm a fan of Goo Goo Dolls. You know what I mean? It wasn't like,
I can't wait.
God,
talk
that's
about
such
crying,
a cool
dude. Talk about crying. Oof,
Iris,
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ugly cry.
I'll cry to Iris.
Are y'all
for sure?
Are y'all playing? Are y'all playing Florida?
I'll be pushing cases into a truck, just like crying my eyes out. I can't wait.
Are y'all playing Florida at all?
You know what? I'm kind of weird, and I don't look where tours go.
I don't either. I'll be honest.
I don't look at
tour.
I look see where tour starts, and that's it. I like to just use sort of appear places.
Yeah, classic example was Kenny picked up teching for Get Up Kids, and he let me know only like a couple days before. He's like, I just realized we're coming to Tampa or St. Pete. So
yeah, I didn't know. We ended up in Florida. I didn't even think we were going to Florida. Next thing I was just like in St. Pete, and I'm just like, oh, okay, we're doing Florida. So I was like, shit, I should call Reed.
You should do this next tour. Don't even look at it. Just wake up and you're like, oh wow, I'm in Texas.
That is what you do.
I should just. Oh, that's pretty much.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. Moneen. Yeah.
Moneen.
Now I'm trying to figure out if you're playing. I'm doing your work for you.
I feel like that tour's pretty long, isn't it?
Yeah. It's July into September, I think.
I really hope I can catch you on that.
Whoa, that is such a long tour. Oh, you're playing.
It's pretty long, dude.
Damn it. You're only playing St. Augustine.
Of course.
And it's right around on tour.
You can't go too deep into Florida, dude.
Yeah.
I know. There's no going out. No coming out.
We did a wild tour with City and Color at one point. We played so many places in Florida, and like he hadn't played Florida in a really long time. I just, for whatever reason.
Was it good?
We played. Yeah. Yes,
I mean,
it was good.
Next question.
If you play that many shows in Florida, there's no way they're all good. I mean, people are psyched.
Wait, but how many shows?
There was some existential crisis.
40 or like, what are we talking? 40 or
dude?
Like,
we were there for
Florida tour.
There were some days off, but we were there for getting close to 2 weeks. We were in.
That's a long
Florida.
time.
So we were playing some spots.
So
we had, we did have some days off.
Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa.
Dude, speaking of, I'm not getting into the story, but
we went down to the very far tip. No, it was all good. There was some existential crisis at times, but like,
dude, the tour we did in Europe, opening for you guys, was crazy. Do you remember Amsterdam? Well, I almost died, but we can say that. I don't know if I can even talk about that, but
into that moat.
That bar that we went to. We went to a bar.
Did they get you going?
No, I like went to the bathroom and the guy wouldn't let me leave the bathroom, and I was like, I'm gonna die in Amsterdam.
What?
Wait, what?
No, man. He
like
wasn't
green
gonna
room
kill you.
There was a small it was a bar, so it's like a small hallway to the bathroom. It's like one of those bathrooms you have to pay to go to the bathroom. I paid the girl, and then I went in the bathroom, and then I came out, and this giant guy standing in the way, and he was just, I couldn't understand what he was saying, but I know he wanted money, and he wouldn't let me past him. And the girl, luckily, the girl that was taking money like distracted him, and I slid by.
Whoa.
So
he slipped out of that
the entire time. I think it was like the second to last show of that tour too. We played Amsterdam. It was fun. That was a fun tour.
That was a lot of fun.
That was really good. But anyways, I was looking at this guy, and the only thing I could think of was like, dude, if this is how I'll die, that would suck.
In an Amsterdam bathroom, that would be so sad.
I don't know. That's not a terrible
really
way.
sad.
I mean, it's
No.
pretty iconic.
Oh, talking about Dashboard,
Yeah,
I was
you're
going to
right about
ask you this. What, because you're so like charismatic on stage and just a complete animal, did you have to dial it back for Dashboard? And
Yeah. Oh yeah.
does
Yeah.
does
100%.
Karaba ever kind of try to reel you back in?
Well,
Can't reel that guy in. Yeah.
okay. Yes, this was a real thing. I did have to. I went through a thing where I was like, "Kenny, you better calm your shit down, dude. You can't be out there playing with Dashboard, rolling around on the ground like a goddamn maniac." And so then when I found out, sort of, what I was going to be doing, I was like, I'm kind of like the aux guy. So I have a riser. At first I was like, oh man, I'm going to be on a riser. It seems like the worst. Turns out, all I want to do is play on a riser now. I love it. I'm back there. I got my own little world. I got my keys. I got all my guitars. I got like all my shit. And I'm just in this little bubble.
Zone. That's cool. The tone zone.
Everyone leaves me alone. I don't even know if I'm in anyone's ears. I don't even know if I'm in front of house. So I have the best time. I do whatever I want. Karaba just like, he encourages it. He's like, oh, keep making those weird sounds. Like, when I realized like, oh, I am in their ears, like they can actually hear me. I was like, oh, maybe I will watch it. No, it turns out
They love it.
anytime I do something weird, they're in. It's like it really is.
Y'all,
guys, I'm telling you.
Y'all
I'm a lucky
sounded
boy.
incredible when we were young.
Oh, dude. Oh, that was a great one.
Y'all
that was
sounded
really good.
Very good. We were out front,
thanks
and
for
I
saying
was
that.
like, "Wow!" Like it was.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
had
yeah.
that moment where I was
That
like,
was a good
"Whatever's going on here, it needs to just keep happening." Like
Yeah,
we all
I
were
love
like,
hearing that.
thought it sounded amazing. So
Yeah, we were really proud of that one. That was good. That one felt real good.
crowd was huge.
But it's such a cool world to be in. It's like another
yeah, the tone zone,
chapter
dude.
in my
Just
life where I'm like,
ever
lock
get
it
the
in.
man, I'm a lucky guy.
The edge of the riser, and you're like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Well, you know what? No, we got to a point where I was allowed to come off the riser. I say allowed. This is me
It's like
allowing
Severance,
myself.
though, dude. He
Yeah,
steps
yeah.
off
Yeah,
the riser
yeah.
and he switches to his
Oh, it's true,
indie,
though.
and then he
Yeah,
goes
yeah, that's
down.
so-
Yeah.
It's like the barrier.
The
he
the Audi
switches
fucking
over.
goes wild.
I think I've seen video of you like you just don't walk off the riser. You like
No, I levitate.
you
off.
levitate
do.
off of it.
I
It's like
see
you float.
photos sometimes of Dashboard. I
There's
just
an
see
embarrassing
Chris
story
standing
from
there,
this,
and I
though.
see Kenny like 10 feet in the air,
Flying
like just
through
Yeah,
the air.
dude. How do you get that high? I'm like, Jesus.
So I the first tour I did with them, I said to myself, just stay on your riser, be cool. Like, cause I also personally watching bands, I don't love watching like the aux person or like one of like the kind of more background players. Like, I don't like when they're going wild for some reason. I don't know if it's just me always like knowing I'm a hyperactive person, but I don't want to be a spotlight stealer kind of person ever. But I just know if you're rolling on the ground, people are going to look at you.
Yeah.
But there's a time and place, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So I've always real careful about it. But I'll tell you, we started playing that Remember to Breathe song. And that's just my all-time favorite Dashboard song, always has been. And so when I realized, oh man, I'm like getting to play like what is my favorite song. And I really like, they let me just kind of dance
dude,
around in
it's
like the
super
atmospheric
cool.
world on that one. Well, live, there's this big moment where it goes from that quiet middle part. You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
Ben.
it's like snare
And
hit,
then-
boom, into the big part.
and then it just explodes into just like aggressive beauty, right?
Yeah.
Well, the first time we did that, like I could barely contain myself. So then I just, as I got more comfortable, I did what they call within the band the Kenny jump. And the first time I did it, I just walked off my riser and went upstage, like back the stage. I'm kind of just walking around the shadows. Danny, our PMTM, is watching me being like, what's he doing, man? Like, what's he doing back in these shadows?
Tearing up.
He's like walking around like a caged animal or something, like pacing back and forth. Cause I was just mentally getting in the zone. And I was like, I'm going to fucking run. I'm just going to fucking jump as far as I can off this riser for the big moment. Right. Did it. And it became this big moment. There's all these pictures and became this really kind of cool moment in the set. And I was like, am I getting fired? And Krabba was like, oh, that was
now you have to do
awesome.
that shit every
What,
single
hey,
time.
what song? What
So-
song is it again?
Remember to Breathe is the song.
Okay.
So, okay, Ben, this is the most embarrassing. This is one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened to me live. So this moment comes again and I'm pacing and I'm getting in the zone. And it is a real moment for me. It's not just like I'm going to do the jump at this part. Like I'm going to feel this. And I went running. It's building up. I went running and I'm waiting for that snare hit and I'm leaping in the air and there's no snare hit and I fucking land almost knock our singer Abby off the stage because I fucking flew into her. No song kicks in. They wait another 2 bars for it to kick in, which I didn't know what the signal was, that sometimes it goes longer. So I fucking fly like goddamn fucking like some hair metal guy fucking in spandex doing splits in the air. Like, and I land to no beat hitting off. And I just basically look into the eyes of the whole crowd, just being like, he's a psychopath. Yeah. He just fucking went flying around the stage for no reason during the quietest part of the set. And I remember like Caraba like heard some like commotion. And I remember him just looking over and me, you guys will see on video, but it was one of those like sitcom moments where you get caught and you're just kind of like, oh, and like everything pauses for a second. I'm like,
hit in 2 beats later.
2 beats later, I basically just went under the riser and just hid for the rest of the show. It was the most embarrassing.
Do you land on your knees or do you?
Just land however you land.
Got it. Well, I didn't know
right for it.
Whatever he's feeling,
dude.
Yeah. Dude.
Anyway, so now I watch myself. You know.
Do you
keep her cool, Bridget?
But don't take too. That's who you are, though. You don't.
Never change
the beast. Sure.
Never change.
Don't take the
beast,
dude.
Change. There is no change.
You don't never forget. Never forget. You tried ending somebody's born name, life.
Wait, what?
When you with Moneen, Moneen,
right?
Moneen. Yeah, sorry. I was like, remember when you ruined somebody's life? Don't forget about that.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, when you're jumping through the air.
Yeah.
He's like, what? I didn't do that.
Just trying to fly, man. I'm just trying to fly.
Yeah, man.
Hey, guys, thanks for having me.
Hey, this was amazing. This was a perfect back into the swing of things podcast.
This must feel really good for you guys, right?
It's like a therapy. It's
100%. It's free therapy.
Did you guys take Jordan out of your group chat as well?
No, we have a group chat called Former Drums.
Yeah, actually, I think Jordan's the one who renamed it to Former Drums. Yeah,
he did. That
he doesn't even talk about it anymore. It's like it never happened.
But the group chat's still just as lit. I mean, we're all over that.
Oh, it's fucking lit. More. It's like it.
How many more members are in this group chat that aren't on the podcast?
It's just us four.
It's just us four.
Oh,
yeah.
That's why we started this, and that's why it's so funny that Jordan is not on this anymore. But the group chat is just stays.
Dude,
just
it's so
active.
lit though. Like I woke up this morning and I read like what they were talking about. And I was like, Jesus, dude.
Like, Jordan's like, you guys want to see this rabbit that a hawk dropped off that's got no head? We're like, what?
Oh, no. No, we don't want to see that.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
And Kenny, I think you're our first guitarist guest.
He is.
Now that I think about
100%.
So I'm so happy that you are the first guitarist on
First and last. It's all right.
First and last.
First and last, yeah. Well, hey, I'll take it. Moment in time.
That's so sick.
Have you guys, are you guys going to make merch ever?
I got asked that a good amount on tour. Amberlin did like a VIP thing. It's a lot of the questions were about this podcast, which was funny.
Oh, that's wicked.
But in Orlando, 2 people were like, yo, for real, if you guys made merch, I'd wear it. I think a hat's a good go-to because you don't have to worry about sizes and just like.
Would you wear a drumstick? What's it, Kenny?
Oh, if it's free, I'll wear it.
All right.
He's like, I'm not paying for it.
Yeah,
it'll definitely be.
Well, we didn't say that, but okay.
I'll circle back to a joke from earlier.
Listen,
drums shirt. It just says, "What is Lug?"
That's pretty good.
What is Lug?
I think we should.
What is Lug?
We should sell a Lug.
What is Lug?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys are going to hang up on this podcast at some point in the next couple of days. Each of you are going to think to yourself,
What is Lug?
What is Lug? Next thing you know, we do have that shirt, and then you're gonna stick the actual Moneen, who's a lawyer, on us to actually recoup royalties on this.
I got her on retainer, man.
You're on
that's
retainer.
The beauty. Actually, Moneen's on
dude.
retainer. She's got my back.
It's gonna be like Hunter Boots or a Hunter, and he's gonna go ahead and just copyright all this.
Yeah.
Sue us.
Yeah, dude.
He's like,
Thanks
you guys
a lot,
put out
Kenny.
that shirt, and then we do it, and then he sends us a cease and desist. It's like, I own it.
Yeah, right. That would mean I have to check email. I don't do that. So
yeah,
I'm not doing nothing official.
Hunter Drums collab, dude.
Oh yes, please.
Oh, Ben, I'm tagging you.
Do you want
in,
this
man.
shirt?
You're
I
gonna
can
be part
send
of
it
that,
to you. I kind of.
You don't want it?
Ben's like,
It's a sick shirt.
So
Ben, hang on to it for your future kids.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay, well, Ben, I'm really glad you have that
I
shirt.
love it.
I didn't even
remember
remember
when you
we
gave
made
it to me.
shirts.
It was. I still remember it. I remember everything.
Wait, where? Where did
It was at a festival. When we were in no, you came to visit us. We were playing. I think it was Twin Forks. It was Lumineers was headlining.
I better bring my
no, and I was like,
shirt.
let me get. Can I have a Cunter shirt? You brought one, yeah. Yep,
that's amazing.
I love that.
I've actually never worn it. Shirt. I just always wanted it. And,
shocking.
I think when I got it, I was like, "Oh, this is real." I was like,
I can't wear this.
I can't wear this."
I when I was younger, I had that Metallica metal up your ass shirt, you know, with the switchblade out of the toilet, and I thought I was so badass. Went to school in it, and like, you know, a couple of the guys were like, oh, dude, that's a hardcore shirt. Until like the principal and all these teachers were like, you can never wear that shirt
definitely not
to school ever again. Do you realize what that's depicting? I'm like, Metallica rules,
yeah, dude.
It's a knife going up someone's bum. Yeah. Okay, you can't wear that at school. I'm like, Metallica rules though.
Do you still have it?
No,
I probably sell it for like $1,000.
$10,000.
An OG Metallica shirt.
You know what?
15 Canadian.
Damn.
Maybe you do have it.
50 Canadian. Shut the hell up, dude.
Whatever. I bet I'd rather be in Canada right now.
Yeah, sorry about the tariffs. You know.
Sign me up. Oh boy.
Well,
do you still?
It seems like a practice.
You still love us?
It's like on and off. I don't care, dude. I fucking turned the news off like halfway through pandemic, and I haven't gone back.
Dude,
I'm not ignorant. I know what's going on in the world. Like
you don't need to be.
My girl lets me know, but like, nah, I'm not. I don't watch the news.
Funny.
I don't listen to the news.
We could do a whole podcast about that. That's literally when I did it. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm deleting Apple. I'm deleting Apple News. I'm deleting anything on my phone that is constant information that our brains cannot handle. And I've never turned back.
Too much
I keep
negativity.
up with what I can.
Too much.
But why do I need to know every absolutely awful thing that's happening at all times in the whole world? No one's brain is supposed to handle that. And my anxiety was through the roof. Everything.
I'm trying to smile.
Anyway.
Yeah. No. That was me.
Focus on the circle.
Couldn't take
that's
it.
The whole
the circle, dude.
The circle, and the circle grows.
Look at the circle behind you. The circle behind you, dude. It's like,
look at that.
Let's go.
Multiple times, if I blurred my eyes and looked at you, it looks like you have a fro. It's very sick.
Yeah. Oh, I wish,
dude,
man.
I literally blurred my eyes multiple times, and I'm like, that's so sick.
Wish. Dude, you should start wearing a wig, dude, on stage.
Hey, I'm almost there, man. No, I feel pretty good being a bald guy, but it took a while. I was a hat guy.
You look good.
No, you've got a good head.
Yeah, you rock it. It's a good look.
Yeah,
you do look good. You look very good, man.
I would give anything to have
the
hair.
Beard. You. I mean, it's a strong beard.
You're strong.
Hey,
strong man.
Thank you, Reed.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate that for me.
Strong man.
Strong man, dude. Strong man. Beard.
It's a good look.
Great. Strong man.
Great.
Dude.
Strong.
Ben, do you still play with no shoes on?
I do. No shoes.
No socks, no shoes?
Sometimes I'll put socks on, but usually no shoes.
That's
How do you
insane.
decide?
This is crazy.
How do you decide when you wear socks?
Instantly bringing back my anxiety.
I let it decide.
Spirit guide you.
I let my feet. Okay. We have a discussion before.
Do these socks have like little rubber grips on the bottom, or no?
No, and that's the only issue that comes with playing barefoot is that it's weird. The bottom of your feet sweat. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's why I never played barefoot.
I always get flamed for playing barefoot. I mean, dude, it's just how I play drums. Come on, guys. Jeez,
it's crazy.
Hey, no,
I can't.
Dude, I'm not coming at you.
I can't wrap my head around it.
I don't know. I feel like you're coming at me, dude.
Does it feel like I'm coming at you, foot dude? Hey, sweaty feet. How your blast feet there, eh?
Slippery
feet, dude. Here's the only thing. I grew up playing barefoot, so it just feels comfortable. And with shoes, it's so weird. With shoes on, I feel there is a disconnect between me and the instrument.
Because I feel that condoms.
I like that. Oh, dude.
Right. Anyways, it was great having Kenny.
Okay, wrap for today.
Hell yeah. God,
Kenny, we love you. Thank you for coming on.
Love you guys. Keep
so much fun
doing what you're doing. This is great.
Thanks, man.
We love listening. We love you guys.